Arsenal fans, this is the breaking news many Gunners supporters have been waiting for all summer. Reports now claim that Arsenal and Newcastle United have reached an agreement in principle worth €90 million for Brazilian midfield superstar Bruno Guimarães. If the final details are completed as expected over the coming days, Mikel Arteta could soon welcome one of the Premier League's finest midfielders to North London. Even more exciting, Arsenal are reportedly hoping to have Bruno join the squad in Dublin next week, as preparations continue for the new season. This could be one of the biggest statements Arsenal have made under Arteta and sporting director Andrea Berta. For months, Bruno Guimarães has been one of Arsenal's dream midfield targets. His leadership, technical quality, defensive intelligence, creativity, and relentless work rate have made him one of the most complete midfielders in English football. Many believed Newcastle would never allow him to leave, but Arsenal's determination appears to have paid off. An agreement in principle worth €90 million demonstrates just how highly the Gunners rate the Brazilian international and how serious they are about strengthening the squad to challenge for every major trophy. The reported agreement is a huge sign of Arsenal's ambition. After finishing among England's strongest teams in recent seasons, the club are refusing to stand still. Instead, they are investing heavily in proven world-class talent capable of making an immediate impact. Bruno is exactly the type of player Arteta has wanted. A midfielder who can dominate matches with and without the ball while bringing experience, leadership, and composure in the biggest games. Although an agreement in principle has reportedly been reached, there is still important work to complete before the transfer becomes official. Arsenal are now focusing on the remaining contractual details, including the payment structure, final paperwork, personal terms, medical arrangements, and the formal signing of all necessary documents. Club officials are working quickly because they want Bruno available as soon as possible to integrate into the squad before the new campaign begins. One of the most exciting parts of this story is Arsenal's reported hope of bringing Bruno to Dublin next week. That would allow him to train alongside his new teammates immediately, begin adapting to Arteta's tactical system, and build chemistry with the rest of the squad before competitive football returns. Early integration is something Arteta values highly, and having Bruno available during pre-season preparations could significantly speed up his adaptation. Tactically, Bruno Guimarães could completely transform Arsenal's midfield. His ability to dictate the tempo, break opposition lines with accurate passing, recover possession through intelligent positioning, and drive the team forward makes him one of Europe's elite midfielders. He combines defensive awareness with creativity, making him the perfect modern midfielder. His versatility also allows Arteta to use different tactical systems depending on the opponent without sacrificing quality. Supporters are already imagining what Arsenal's midfield could look like. Bruno's arrival would provide greater balance, improved control of possession, and more physicality in difficult matches. His calmness under pressure and ability to perform consistently against top opposition have made him one of the Premier League's standout performers over recent seasons. Beyond his footballing qualities, Bruno would also bring leadership. Newcastle supporters admired his passion, commitment, and willingness to fight for every ball. Those are characteristics Arsenal supporters always appreciate. His winning mentality could raise standards throughout the dressing room as the club continues chasing Premier League and UEFA Champions League success. The financial commitment also sends a clear message to Arsenal's rivals. Spending around €90 million on a midfielder shows that the club believes the current project is ready for the final step. Arsenal are no longer simply building for the future. They are investing to win major trophies now. Such a significant transfer reflects confidence in Arteta's long-term vision and the club's belief that elite additions can make the difference in decisive moments. Competition in England has never been tougher. Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United, and other top clubs continue strengthening every summer. Arsenal understand they must continue improving if they want to end their wait for another Premier League title. Signing a player of Bruno Guimarães' quality would represent a major statement to every rival that the Gunners intend to compete at the highest level. For Arsenal supporters, this news creates enormous excitement because Bruno has long been admired by the fanbase. His energy, technical ability, and personality fit perfectly with the style Arteta has built. But the very fact Arsenal are being linked with players of Vinicius' caliber shows how far the club has progressed. Financially, these reported pursuits underline Arsenal's determination to compete with Europe's biggest clubs. Bruno Guimarães, Bradley Barcola, and Vinicius Jr. would each represent major investments, but Arsenal appear determined to continue strengthening a squad capable of challenging for every major trophy. As always during the transfer window, supporters should remember that reported agreements and bids are not official until confirmed by the clubs involved. Negotiations can change quickly, and unexpected twists are common. Nevertheless, Arsenal appear to be positioning themselves for an exciting finish to the transfer window. So Gunners, which signing excites you the most? Bruno Guimarães to dominate the midfield? Bradley Barcola to add another explosive attacking option? Or would you dream of Arsenal somehow pulling off the biggest transfer shock of the summer by signing Vinicius Jr.? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for all the latest Arsenal transfer news as the summer window continues to unfold. Arteta has always demanded versatility and intensity from his attackers, and Vinicius perfectly matches that style. Beyond his incredible technical ability, he works relentlessly off the ball and constantly attacks defenders one-on-one. Another major factor is Arsenal's growing reputation among elite players. The club has returned to the Champions League, consistently challenges for the Premier League title, and now possesses one of the youngest and most exciting squads in Europe. That makes Arsenal a much more attractive destination than they were just a few years ago. The combination of Bruno Guimarães and Vinicius Jr. would represent a statement to the football world. Arsenal would not simply be strengthening the squad, they would be announcing themselves as one of Europe's true superpowers. Supporters have waited years to see Arsenal compete for players of this calibre. These are not prospects for the future, they are already among the very best in their positions. Financially, these deals would require enormous investment, but Arsenal's owners have shown increasing willingness to support Arteta when the right opportunities emerge. The club understands that elite players command elite prices, and winning the biggest trophies demands bold decisions. From a tactical perspective, Bruno and Vinicius would solve two key objectives. Bruno would strengthen midfield control and defensive transitions, while Vinicius would provide world-class attacking quality capable of deciding the biggest matches. Imagine Arsenal lining up with David Raya in goal, a settled defence, Declan Rice and Bruno Guimarães controlling midfield, Martin Odegaard pulling the strings, Bukayo Saka on one wing and Vinicius Jr. on the other. That is a team capable of challenging anyone in Europe. Competition within the squad would also reach another level. Every training session would become more intense, every position would be fiercely contested, and standards across the club would continue to rise. That environment often separates title-winning teams from nearly teams. For Arteta, this summer could define his project. After years of carefully rebuilding Arsenal, the next stage is assembling a squad capable of consistently winning Premier League and Champions League trophies. Bruno Guimarães and Vinicius Jr. represent exactly the calibre of player needed to make that leap. However, Arsenal supporters should remain patient. Football transfers can change quickly, and negotiations involving players of this stature are rarely straightforward. Until official announcements arrive, these reports should be treated as developing transfer stories rather than completed deals. Still, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Arsenal are no longer thinking like outsiders. They are behaving like a club determined to compete with the very biggest teams in world football. Whether it's pursuing one of the Premier League's finest midfielders or dreaming of signing one of Real Madrid's biggest stars, the ambition is unmistakable. The coming days and weeks could be absolutely massive for Arsenal Football Club, and every Gunners support